Hi. Today, we're going to talk about one of the weirdest moments in the Gospels. There are some weird ones. Jesus making mud out of his own saliva and healing a man's sight, that comes to mind. But we're in the final week of Jesus' life, and he is doing some really powerful, dramatic things, iconic moments like the Palm Sunday triumphal entry like we just celebrated, or going and clearing the temple, these really wonderful, strong, memorable moments. And then we have this fig tree moment. So we're going to read the passage. It's recorded in Matthew, and it captures so perfectly a picture of Jesus' two natures, his humanity and his divinity. And I believe it's one of the first recorded instances of someone being hangry. Let's read. Early in the morning, as Jesus was on his way back to the city, he was hungry. There was no Greek word for hangry, but trust me, you'll see. Seeing a fig tree by the road, he went up to it, but found nothing on it except leaves. Then he said to it, "May you never bear fruit again." Immediately the tree withered. When the disciples saw this, they were amazed. "How did the fig tree wither so quickly?" they asked. Jesus replied, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith and do not doubt, not only can you do what was done to the fig tree, but also you can say to this mountain, 'Go throw yourself into the sea,' and it will be done." So, you see, Jesus clearly not just hungry, he's hangry, no figs, he curses the fig tree. So, now this seems like an object lesson on the power of prayer, and certainly it is. But there's a little more going on with the symbolism of the fig tree. Most of us have never seen a fig tree. I don't like fig Newtons. It's the closest I know what a fig is, and so I can't imagine I'd be interested in figs, but supposedly they taste good. And as I researched it, the figs themselves often appear before the leaves. So if Jesus saw leaves on the fig tree, he would have expected to see fruit, but there was no fruit, only leaves. Now consider the context. He was, depending on the account, either just about to or had just been in the temple courts, slamming the religious people for their hypocrisy. The fig tree becomes more significant then. It's a picture of religious people who appear to be fruitful on the outside, but the more you investigate, the more you realize there's no fruit. It's a charade. Jesus was talking then about more than just figs. It's interesting as well because this story is recorded in Matthew and Mark, not in Luke, but Luke does have a story about, Jesus tells about a fig tree that a man has, but it doesn't grow any fruit at all. And he's tried for 3 years and he says he's going to get rid of it because there's no fruit. So it's this theme for Jesus of living fruitful lives. So as we consider our own lives then, it's worth asking ourselves, are we like the fig tree that has the appearance of godliness, enough to get by, but upon closer inspection, there's no fruit? As I consider just thinking about fruit, we can't make fruit. If you paid someone $1 million and just said, "Hey, go make a beautiful red apple," they couldn't do it. You could sort of, go in a lab and take seeds, but just starting from nothing, you couldn't make something that is as beautiful and as perfect as a delicious, crisp apple. But you can do things to allow fruit to grow, right? So the answer is not to try harder, because if you just try hard, really, really hard to make fruit, you can't do it. You have to allow God to do that in your life. So you can make sure that a tree has water and sunlight and fertilized soil, and we can do the same in our own lives. We can be committed to fighting sin. We can find time for quiet to allow God space. We can let our light shine as we live out our life around people far from God. We create the environment for God to produce fruit in us, and then He bears fruit. So as you go about your life today, ask the question, am I a fruitless fig tree? Am I pretending well enough in my faith that others are fooled into thinking I'm fruitful while I'm dead on the inside. Just be totally God's. Trust him in everything, and then enjoy the fruit that you bear. And whatever you do, don't make Jesus hangry. You won't like him when he's angry. Have a great day.